Hello, welcome to Bentley's Backwoods Bushcraft. This is Richard and I am out here today. I am going to do a little fishing, I'm going to do a little cooking, and I'm going to hopefully do a lot of sleeping. But the normal spots that I like to fish in are really weeded up pretty good, as you can see. Usually that's all open. And I could clear it out and fish here, but instead of doing that, I just decided I'm going to go deeper into the woods, try to find a spot that's a little more conducive to me fishing without me having to put any effort. Well, hey, you know what? Right there's my spot. And there's some kind of little floaty thing there. I'm going to have to pull that out. I'll get right back with you. I brought my oven out here. I've got my fishing pole. I've got some gear. I'll show you that when we get around to it. This ruck right here is just fishing gear. That's all it's in there is fishing gear. I have my hammock just in case. I'm going to go into the woods, find me a place to sleep. And I got some cooking gear right here. And you guys have seen that. Now this I just pulled out of the water. It's a little float. I'm not sure what I could use that for, or whether I can or not, but it was in the water, so I'm pull it out and might as well take it with me. So I am going to do a little bit of fishing, a little bit of cooking, and hopefully a lot of sleeping. So let's get going today. We're going to have a blast. So I'm going to go ahead and load up. I fished here for 15-20 minutes, didn't really get anything, so not even a bite. So I'm going to head on deeper into the woods. I am going to leave that sitting here so I can pick it up on the way out. There's no reason for me to be carrying more stuff than I have to. I have my pole and my cardboard oven along with the ruck on my back, so don't need anything extra. So on the way through, if it's still sitting there and I'm still enthusiastic about it, I will take it with me. If not, at least I got it out of the water. Alright, so I'm going to stop here to fish. Oh, something just jumped right there. You can see I had to go around that mess. And we have plenty of trees in here. I can set the hammock up. There's all my gear. Here's the water. Here's the woods. here I am, and here's my hammock. So let's get in here and let's find a spot to put this thing. And let's see here. Looks like there's been people out here camping. And it looks like they've been here, like they planned on staying a while. Look at that. So anyway, let's see here. That tree and that one, maybe. Let's see here. Oh, wait. This tree right here and that one right there. Right there. This is my hammock. This is my spot. Let me set my hammock. And I think instead of being right there, I might use that big tree and that tree right there. Puts me a little bit closer to the water. Less, because I'm not moving my stuff. I think that's going to stay right there. And I think that's going to be a good spot. Plus, I don't have to worry about a small little tree anyway. So anyway, we're going to set up right here. So here we are. I have my hammock. We're just going to open that up. I'm going to pull my cordage out. I'm going to set the hammock down right there. Cordage comes out right here. All right, piece it together. So let me show you how we're going to do this. We'll go through it real quick. It's easy peasy lemon squeezy. So readjust the camera and then we'll work this. Boom, here we go. All right, so first piece of cordage. All I'm going to do, wrap it around the tree. Now let me show you something here real quick. Off my tree. There we go. On both ends of the cordage, I have a knot that makes a loop. That's the only thing that I've done to this cordage. Around the tree, through the loop, we'll go about head high, just like that, and there it is. That's done. Let's go to the other tree. There we are. Again, piece of cordage, just 2 knots to make loops. Around the tree, through the loop. About head high. And that's it. Let's get the hammock. All right, I have my hammock and I picked up a stick from the ground. Let's see here, we'll pick up 2 sticks. I need another one. There we go. A little big, but fine. These are actually much more sturdy than the ones I normally use. Anyway, we'll set stick number 2 down for a moment. There we go. Stick number 1. All we're gonna do is pull this out. Now, I'm gonna take my 550 cord, my mule tape, and I'm just gonna make a loop it around again, reach in, grab the cordage, pull it through, stick my stick in there, hook my carabiner, bingo bango, and let it tighten up, just like that. That's it. That's all we're doing. Let's go to the other side and do the same thing. Grab the cordage. Got my stick. Got my carabiner. Make a loop. Wrap it around. Dip in. Grab the cordage. Pull it out. Stick my stick in there. Hook my carabiner. And then tighten it down. Bingo bango. That's it. We're done. Look at that. There we are. Now from here, we have to just see if it needs to be raised or lowered. I'm thinking this is almost, oh my goodness, look at that, it's perfect. Oh heavens, look at that. My feet are touching the ground. And I've only done this, I think this is only like the third time I've done it. And it's exactly where I want and how I need it. There we are. That's it. That's it. That maybe took a minute and a half. Fantastic. All right, so let's go get the oven. Find a spot for it. I think I will bring it over here. Find a spot for the oven, and we'll see what we're going to do for the rest of the day, which I think is going to be this. I'm going to relax. I'm going to do some fishing. Going to cook. Just going to have a good old time. Here we are with the hammock. Like I said, that maybe took a minute and a half at most. I've got my gear right here. Oh, I've got a nice little fishing spot. So let's get the gear over to the hammock, and I'll get right back with you. Here we are, tripod. There's a bunch of wood somebody collected. Somebody's been out here. Looks like they planned on spending some time out here. I'm assuming that they're probably the ones that did that little dock right there. Anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and use what's provided. I don't need the fire. I don't need the campfire. I don't really need any of this stuff. I'm not gonna use any of it, but I'm gonna set my oven on that pile of wood there, and there we are. Everybody has seen me use my cardboard oven. It's been a while since I've had it out and I've used it, but we're gonna do that today. I've got I got 10 pieces of charcoal. Normally I only use 6 to 8 is about the amount of charcoal that I use in that oven to bake. I have a couple. Let me grab this here real quick. I stopped off at the Dollar Tree and I purchased 2 tilapia fillets. There we go. So whether I catch fish or not, we're gonna have fish today, plain and simple. All right, they're still frozen. I'm gonna set them over there in the oven. I'm not gonna use it right now. I'm just gonna take them out of this plastic bag here, and I'm just gonna set these in the oven and let them sit out and kind of thaw out a little bit. I'm gonna use this to pick up a bunch of trash that I've seen everywhere. I would love to get on that kick, but I've done that several times on this channel, and sometimes I get a little too angry. But if you're gonna come out in the woods and you're gonna bring crap with you, take your shit with you when you leave. That's ridiculous. If I run this country, if I run this world, or country, or this little space, if I caught you doing that, I'd chop your freaking hands off. You'd only do it twice. Pick up your shit, take it with you. Anyway, enough of being on my high horse. I'm gonna go put this up, probably get my pole, go do a little fishing, come back here, do a little napping, because that's what I do. Yeah. Yeah, I was also wanting to show you. Look at this. Look at all these nuts, the little hickory nuts laying everywhere. Fantastic. I'm gonna go ahead and get started on cooking because it's gonna take a while for that to actually cook up, and I'm starting to get hungry already, so I don't want to wait too long. So let's get that going. So here is my cooking gear. I didn't bring a whole lot of stuff. My basic, here's a couple things of water. Let's see, this time I brought a spoon, a fork, and a butter knife. My cup, although my mullen is in here. My mullen, a lighter. I have a pan in case I want to do some ramen. I have my stove, a couple chopsticks, two things of ramen, my mackerel. I have a little thing of honey in case I want to make my tea. And then in the front up here, I have my canned heat. And then that's that. So we're just going to stick most of this stuff back. Just going to need this lighter right now. My kind of oven mitt, pair of pliers, and here's my charcoal, tilapia. Let's go ahead and get these out of the packages. Still a little bit frozen, but it's not going to matter much, I don't think. So there's my tilapia right there. I'm going to go ahead and stick that in the oven. There we go. Keep my trash all together. And we're gonna go with there we go. Go with 8 pieces of charcoal. As soon as that gets down into charcoal, we'll get right back with you. Wind got a little bit nutsy, so I went ahead and put it over here where it's a lot safer. While that is doing its job, I'm going to go ahead and go do a little bit of fishing. somebody with a skidoo or something like that out there. Anyway, now all we're gonna do is just sit here and wait for that to get done. And the best thing I can do while waiting is take a nap. I'll get right back with you guys. Okay, just kind of woke up. A combination of those skidoos out there and the smell of this fish woke me up. Oh yeah. So I'm gonna go ahead and turn these. Get my pliers out here real quick. There we go. Nice, look at that. Get those back in there. Smelling good. Since I'm up, I guess I should probably have a little bit of a discussion, and I apologize for the sound out there. Where I'm at a reservoir, and you know, anyway, I think I should discuss a little bit about my laziness. And I'm not apologizing for it, by no means. I just think maybe I should explain it a little bit. The same way that I explain my martial art laziness. Now, I've been doing martial arts for, is it 42, 43 years? 43 years this year. Will be 43 years. Yeah, 43 years this year I would have been doing martial arts. I'm lazy now. But like the first 30, 35 years, I was not lazy. It took a lot of blood, sweat, tears, vomit, and everything else you can, endurance, dedication, everything you can think of. It took a lot of hard work to get lazy. So don't think that you can just go into something day one and just be lazy with it. It takes a long time to get skilled in something so that you're good at it to the point where, and I don't want to say you don't have to work at it, but you've gotten yourself into an ability to do it without placing so much effort into it anymore because you've done it for so long. Survival, outdoors adventure, survival, living out here, that sort of thing is the same way. Any skill is the same way. You don't just come out here and get to be lazy. It's hard work living in the woods, or even just staying out here for the weekend. It can be hard work until you find your niche, until you find what works for you. Once you find what works for you and you do it long enough, it no longer seems like hard work, and it no longer becomes hard work. It's just something you can do. I can come out here and I can be as lazy as I want, but I still have to work at things. It just doesn't seem like work to me anymore because it's just something I do. Collecting firewood, as an example, is probably the most extenuous thing that you're going to do when you go camping for an extended period of time, because you never have enough of it, ever. When you think you have enough of firewood, double that. And then by the time you're done doubling it, and maybe you use it for a day or less, it's time to redo firewood. You can never stop gathering firewood, ever. So, and that's a lot of hard work. As a matter of fact, I think that that's probably the hardest thing that you'll ever really have to do when you're staying out in the woods for an extended period of time, is just continuously collecting firewood. But after a certain period of time, like everything else, you get a routine, and you figure out what works for you. You figure out how you can do it in the most efficient way possible for you, and it becomes less and less work, and then eventually you get to just do this all day, or at least you seem like you get to do this all day. There's a lot of stuff behind the scenes that I have to do that I don't necessarily film, especially in the beginnings of learning all this stuff. It was nothing but work for me. I mean, nothing but work. There were times that there was absolutely no fun and no relaxation ever. But eventually that goes away, and you get into a nice little routine. You figure out how things work for you, and it just works. And it seems like there's no longer any work to it. It just happens. With anything, it's like that. So setting this up, this hammock up, it didn't take me very long, but I've just recently gotten into hammock camping, or just hammock relaxation. And I'd say the first couple times that I started working with this, it took me a while to figure out how things worked for me. It didn't seem like it took very long, and then it just seemed to fit, and everything just seemed to fall in place. Like with today, there was no adjusting. I didn't have to do any adjusting. The last time I set the hammock up, I didn't have to do any adjusting. It just seemed to know exactly where I needed to put things, and I didn't have to do any adjusting. But that you don't get to do that the first time, and you don't always get to do that all the time. There's always a possibility that you're going to have to adjust. You're going to have to work to get comfortable. But after a while, you'll find that there's less and less work and more comfort, and then you can get lazy. So I wanted to make sure that I talked about that real quick, so that people didn't think you could just go out on day one and just be lazy like this, because no. No. It takes a lot of effort, a lot of work, a lot of doing wrong things, or doing things not quite efficient, before you figure out what works for you. But once you get that figured out, it's just smooth sailing for the most part. So again, I just wanted to throw that out real quick, so that there wasn't no misconceptions. And I'm gonna what am I gonna do? I'll tell you what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna be lazy some more. I'm gonna relax a little bit more. Just turned the fish, so it'll sit in there for a little while. I'm just gonna lay here and relax, and when it's time to flip the fish again, I'll do that. Eventually it'll get done, and then I'll get right back with you guys. Oh, look at there. Oh yeah. Alrighty, I'm gonna give us a few more. Hold on. Okay. I'm gonna give this a few more minutes. Just like that. It's gonna sit there until I get ready and get everything set up, and then we're gonna eat. Yeah. All right. So I have some water. I have my fish. Whoop. There we go. Very good. Very, very good. I don't have any spices. I didn't have any spices to put on them. So it's just fish. No spices, no nothing. But it's delicious. So I'm going to continue to eat my fish, and when I get that done, I'll get right back with you guys. I've fished, I've relaxed, I've eaten, I've drank some water, relaxed a little bit more. I'm going to get myself a few more minutes of relaxation, and then I'm going to tear down camp and clean up my mess, and apparently most likely I'm going to grab their crap too and haul it out of here. So I will leave it better than what I got here. So I just encourage that if you're going to go out in the woods and you're going to take stuff with you, bring everything back out with you. And if you see other stuff out there, be nice and pick it up as well. But you don't have to be nice about liking it. You don't have to like the fact that people leave their crap out here. Feel free to moan and groan about it all you want. Make sure everybody hears about it. I know I do. So anyway, I'm gonna tear down camp here in a little bit after I relax a little bit more. I've got all of my stuff together. I always try to keep all of my trash and everything together all times. That way I don't leave it all scattered everywhere. I'm gonna go ahead and pick up a bunch of crap from this this campsite, as well as maybe some more stuff on the way down back to the main road, if I've got hands enough to grab it. So yep, I'm gonna relax. I'll see you guys here in a little bit. So I'm gonna show you real quickly here, this side here. So I take the extra cordage that I have and unwrap it, just let it fall down. Now here, sometimes this knot can get kind of tight. Now it's not today, see, look at that, just slips right out. That's why I've got that stick there. But I remove the hammock, I remove my stick, boom, and then nothing there. Completely straight again. I take it down, I do the same thing with the other side, and I'll get right back with you guys. Here we are. Leaving the campsite as good or better than when I left it. Absolutely. Picked up all the trash that I could find. I'm gonna haul that out, and I'll get right back with you when I get out of here. I've gotten back to where I first started, and that floaty thing is gone. So somebody's picked it up, which is okay. I didn't know what I was going to use it for anyways.